Content, Module 4, tracking content. Congratulations, you made it to the last module of Section 2 on content. So in this one, we'll get into a cool feature within Showpad whereby you can see the statistics when a piece of content that you sent to a prospect has been received and viewed. Really exciting stuff here. The use case that we've been talking through in our preliminary meetings has been, imagine you're at a doctor's office and you have a good conversation, and when you leave that office, you send the MOA video or the product brochure. With Showpad, you can now see when and if and when that doctor engages with the material. For example, here on the right-hand side, I've got a test that I sent to my boss, Mary Beth, and you can see that she engaged with the video twice, visiting the content page once, or excuse me, 4 times, opening the email just once. And then over on the right-hand side, what isn't pictured is the time that she spent with that material. One piece about that time that she engaged with the material is it's not it's running in the background type of a metric. It's actively looking the main item on your screen. Pretty slick how it does it. I've tested it a few different ways, and if you're not on the page viewing the asset, it doesn't count it. So trustworthy, actionable insights here. We've got the link down there at the bottom for more information on this one on Showpad. But now we'll take a look at the activity once after we go through the iPad demonstration. So first off, I want you to share a piece of content with a personal email. So you're going to send anything that's on the app to one of your own personal email addresses. Next, log into that email and engage with the content. Click on it, open the Showpad link, engage with the asset. Note to yourself how long you engage with that asset. And then after a few minutes, come back to Showpad, navigate to shares, click on the email that you just sent to yourself, to your personal email, and view the engagements and the stats on that. Did that net up with what you actually engaged with that asset? It should. We've seen that it goes a little bit on the conservative side, so the time you spent on it may be a little bit less in the metrics. But use this as an opportunity to think how you're going to make this your own when you get out in the field. So next we'll jump into the iPad demonstration. And so I'll see you there. Okay, welcome to the iPad demonstration for Module 4, Content in Tracking Content. This is I think one of the coolest pieces of functionality related to Showpad and how I think it will change how we go to market and follow up with our potential customers. So I'm going to take a little bit of a cooking show approach here and show you how things are prepared, and then out of the oven we'll pull a asset that I've already shared, prepared, and viewed. So if you'll recall, when you were sharing, rather in this activity that we were asked to do, we said we were going to share it to a personal email, and then you're going to engage with that. So that's the cooked cake that I'll pull out of the oven, if you will, sticking with our cooking show reference there. So we'll go into Profound as we've done previously. So let's say I'm going to share this document with myself. And so I'll add a subject line. Right, you'll add your own subject line based off the relationship you have with the doctor. Right. And so you'll send it. Similar to what we've done in the previous sections. Um, the difference now, let's take a look at the tracking. So if I come back out to our experience here, navigate to my home screen, go to my shares, here's where I'm going to pull up the already baked pie. So you can see I sent this to my email address, jsanformayor@gmail. And we can see that if we scroll down here, I shared it with my personal email address at 7:12. I clicked on the link at 7:14. I viewed the PDF for a minute at 7:14 and then again at 7:16 for 2 seconds. So my content view time total is 1 minute and 11 seconds. You know, this is pretty impactful stuff, right? You can see exactly how they're engaging with the content. So if I were to drill in on this, we can see that it looks like the majority of my time was spent on that landing page. So, the insights you can draw from this, potentially I opened it and got distracted, right? Um, Same thing you could do for your doctors. You could see if they dwell on a specific page. Hopefully, it's because they're reading it or thinking about it, not just getting distracted, but you can get the idea. What's interesting, um, I then forwarded this piece onto another email of mine where you can see that my other email address received the email at 7:16, or rather it was shared with my other email at 7:16. From that email, I then clicked on the link a minute later and then viewed the document for a total of 9 seconds. What's interesting, looks like in this case, I went straight to page 10 and 11. So there's a piece there that I found interesting and could follow up with the doctor on. So this just a little bit of information of how it was sent. So if you go back to the original share and go to details, you can see that the date and the device in which it was sent. So you can view as a recipient to see the actual message here. See the actual document. So that is module 4 on tracking content. Again, this is, you can get as little or as much out of this as you want. You can just share and move on, or when you share, you can come back and look at when the document was viewed and follow up. So if you're thinking of somebody really far down the funnel, you send them a piece of content, you can use that information to then start up the next conversation with them. You don't want to be creepy, but at the same time, what they looked at. All right, so that's what we've got for tracking content, and I will see you back in the slides.